Good morning. We're getting ready to go to our little island hop trip, and the tracker is still in its grave in the garage, but we made some modifications to my wife's Pacifica, so we're not taking the boogie van. We're actually going to take the Baja Pacifica. Got a little luggage rack on it and everything, all of her gear, so everything's good to go. This is going to be a little bit of a different episode. We're going to be traveling up north because it's... Hey guys, how warm do you think it is right now? Mid 60s, low 60s, or still in the 50s?
Low 60s.
Okay, so it's low 60s right now. So what do Ohio guys do when it's low 60s? We go to the beach. So join us as we go up and do our trip up north to check out the islands of Lake Erie. Planning for this trip truly tested the crew. During our meetings, we outlined roughly what the trip would consist of, how we wanted to travel, where we would travel, all the sites we wanted to take in, and the times that we had to do it. We had to coordinate campsites, along with ferry schedules, and we had to make sure that they would mesh with our travel time allotted, and the time we wanted to spend exploring the area. And with all that, the trip cost had to be factored in as well. Logistically, it was tough, and this was the first trip of the season that we actually utilized an itinerary, which helped a lot. Our route consisted of as many small towns and secondary roads as we could plot. Around Mohican State Park and the neighboring small town of Loudonville was our only opportunity this trip to travel some gravel roads, and they didn't disappoint. Pavement was inevitable, and sometimes even some highway driving was required. When we arrived at the Edison Bridge that spanned Sandusky Bay, it gave us a feeling of disconnect from mainland Ohio, although technically, we were still mainland. We stopped in Port Clinton to get some supplies for the next few days, and then we were off to our first true destination of the day, Nettie's famous chili dogs for lunch. It truly is a staple of Marblehead culture, and they have some great chili dogs. Behind the building, there are some picnic tables and a large green space for the kids to play, or for adults to stretch their legs and relax. I highly suggest the chocolate malt milkshake and chillin' in the old boat. Our next stop of the day was a landmark that we were all excited to see. The Marblehead Lighthouse is picturesque and breathtaking as it towers above and keeps watch over the crashing shores of Lake Erie. Tours are offered at the lighthouse, but we had just missed it. But it wasn't a total loss as the kids got to play on the rocks next to the lakeside, and I think it was the first time of the day that the crew realized all the wonders we were going to encounter on this trip.
So here we are at the Marblehead Lighthouse.
Wow, Kelly's Island is big.
Right over there is Kelly's Island. That's where we will be spending the next 2 nights.
I think that's Michigan over there.
And that is Lake Erie.
And that is Michigan.
Kids are excited.
It might be fish. Yeah, Mike can hold you.
And Mike and Adrian and Phoenix. Chris and Megan. Matt and Brendan.
Alright, so we made it to one of our destinations. It's a little loud right now because we got some waves rolling in. But we made it to the famous Marblehead Lighthouse in Lake Erie. So from here, what's kind of cool is we're going to take this overlanding trip and do a little bit over water. See where you can see that back behind me. All those trees on that island. That's where we're going next. So stay tuned. Lots of fun adventure left to go. So what do you think, Corey?
It's beautiful. It's definitely beautiful. I've never seen this before, and it's definitely a wow. It's different than anything else in Ohio.
It's amazing that it's even in Ohio, right?
It is amazing. Doesn't look like you can see land over there.
Well, and what's funny is on the other side, it's Canada.
It's Canada.
So super cool.
Yeah, it's moss on the rocks. There's Hayden. Say hi to everybody, Hayden.
Hi. What goes down? Going over there. Yeah, I'm going down.
So we're moving. We're on the Kelly's Island ferry, and we're being ferried across from Lakeside Marblehead area, and we are going across Lake Erie right now to Kelly's Island. So island adventure awaits. What do you guys think?
Woohoo!
This is going to be a long ride.
What do you guys think of the water?
It's exciting.
It'd be a lot funner if we were in it.
It's kind of a strange feeling, isn't it?
No.
Being in the car on top of the water on a ferry and it's going, right?
Nope.
It's pretty sweet. All right, guys, we'll talk to you in a bit. When you depart the ferry, you realize you've traveled to a completely different culture. There's new development going on, but mostly Kelly's Island reminds you of a quaint, New England-style coastal town. Most of the houses are old, but very well upkept. It shows that the residents take great pride in their community. The hustle and bustle of city life, the long hard days of rural life, the subdivisions of suburbia, and the strip malls do not exist here. This is island life. We made our way to check into the state park and get our campsites ready for the next couple days. Although it is off season, the campground was pretty full, but that didn't take anything away from it. Kelly's Island State Park Campground is extremely clean and well kept, and for the amount of people that were there, it was pretty quiet. It was a nice way to end the day and grab some dinner and catch up on some R&R after a full day of travel and seeing the sights.
So here we are at Kelly Island State Park up in Lake Erie, Ohio. We got the camp set up. Still getting used to pulling the camera out and getting that on footage for you guys, but we got a couple other campsites to hit this weekend, so we will try and do that then. Cooking some dinner right now. It's cooled off a little bit. It's about probably mid-low 50s right now, maybe a little cooler than that. But tonight for dinner, we got broccoli. We're gonna make some broccoli and cheese. Oh, I just turned it off. Turn that down, let that simmer. And then over here, grab my tongs, it's a little warm. We got some goose cooking. This is the goose I shot last year. during goose season. This is my last goose. I thought it'd be great to cook it on this trip.
Cooking sausage. Megan's cooking chili. It's pretty technical.
Hey, what the heck was that? I'm gonna video.
Fire.
Make a video.
Now, when you do your sausage, do you put your 2-buck truck in there with it?
After it's done, yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize you did sausage with the.
Got me to that. Sausage and beef
Yeah.
stew. The best beef stews you use.
Boing, boing, boing.